Welcome back to Shocktober 2019. Ooh, chain rattle. I am one of your dungeon masters, Dan Morin, and I am joined by my good friend and fellow Ghost Dungeon Master, Tony Sindelar. Hi, Tony.
Oh, I thought you were going to introduce someone else.
Ghosty Sindelar.
Ghosty Sindelar.
Our third dungeon master is a spook. We are rejoining our crew in Seyvoth Manor, already in progress. They have investigated a room which turned out to contain a small ghost child and a swirling vortex. When last we saw our party, Fluffy had pulled himself to safety via rope held by Freda, and we will pick up with Daphne trying to see if she can do the same or if she wants to consign herself to the vortex. I understand these guys are kind of annoying, so you might want to do that.
Will half our party be pulled to death in a necrotic vortex, or just Daphne? For answers to questions such as these! That was only one question, Tony. Let's play Dungeons & Dragons.
I don't even need to be here.
Guys, that's the only part about Dungeons & Dragons I like, is saying for answers to questions such as these. Everything else is just a lead up to that.
So for the record, I have now joined Freda in holding the rope and trying to stabilize it.
That rope is either twice as steady or half as steady. It's up to you. Daphne, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Do I have to make some kind of roll?
Yes, make a saving throw to see with advantage since you are holding onto a rope.
I'm not holding onto a rope. I keep saying it.
Well, that's on you, man.
Sure. I'm just trying to get this going. I rolled a 6.
That's not great. So you are pulled 10 feet towards the swirling vortex, looking straight into the maw as your friend Fluffy
Daphne,
did.
grab the rope, dummy! Guys, I'm shouting as the vortex is like making all this noise behind me. I'm shouting towards the rest of the group. Guys, we can do this. Hang on. I turn around and I cast Dispel Magic over my shoulder at the vortex.
Okay. All right. So what happens when you do that? I
make an ability check, and if you are interested, I rolled a 7, which is not good.
Okay.
The DC is 10 plus the spell's level that I'm trying to dispel. So if I am trying to dispel if this vortex is spell level -3, I've taken care of it, and everybody is welcome.
You don't have inspiration floating around or something, do you?
You were
apparently not, and I can't inspire myself.
You were very optimistic about that, and you threw threw your dispel magic into the vortex, and the vortex hungrily sort of gobbled it up and does not seem dissuaded at all by that.
You may have made it worse.
You never know.
The vortex changes slightly in color.
Anything else, Daphne?
Yeah, that didn't work exactly as I was hoping. So I am going to
grab the rope,
says a voice from the vortex.
It's just what the vortex wants.
At least give yourself advantage on your next saving throw.
We don't know Daphne's backstory. She may be allergic to rope.
That's possible.
It's just not very beautiful.
Or in love with vortices.
You guys done?
Yes.
I would like to move towards the door, please.
Okay, so why don't you give us so it's difficult terrain, first of all, so you're only going to move at half your speed.
I get it.
And all right, so you're not you're not using the rope.
That's right.
Okay, I think you can just sort of...
He hates that damn rope.
I don't need the rope. Is it just difficult terrain? Can I move?
Tony, yep, you go ahead, sure.
Great. I move 3 squares away.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right.
I used one of my top level spell slots and nothing happened.
Yep. All right, Scüp, you're up.
I want to use the rope to get out of the door.
All right. Give yourself first of all, make your saving throw with advantage.
Once again, these stupid 20. 18 plus
You're all
2,
good. All right. So you're not pulled towards the vortex, and since it's difficult terrain, you can just sort of pull yourself along the rope and scamper out, if you will.
Oh, you know I scamper.
All right.
So you're out. You're safely in the growing crowd outside the room.
And anything else? Would you like to do
Well,
something?
that was fun. Thanks for putting this together.
You learned a valuable lesson. This was educational. What have we learned about ghost children?
Don't talk to them.
Just,
Talking to
never
them was
show
the only thing we did
bears.
right. Everything else antagonized her.
Correct.
Never show them bears.
Yeah, never show them bears. Magic circles, confusing. You did point a lot of spells at them and not cast them. Velma.
Velma.
Don't make me do this.
Okay.
Save throws.
19 for my saving throw.
You're good.
Ooh.
So why don't you just sort of... You're right at the entryway there, so Fluffy and Scüp can easily help you get out.
Okay, I'm getting out. Going around the corner here.
All right. Anything else on your turn, or...
No.
All right, Freda. You've gotten most of your compatriots out.
So I could start hauling in the rope.
Okay. Would you give us a strength check?
Is Daphne attached to a
Daphne
rope?
is not
Yeah.
attached to the rope.
Then yes,
okay.
you can just pull that rope right up. No problem.
Yeah, real easy to haul that rope in.
Well,
Does
at least
it
we
look
saved
like
the rope.
vortex? Does it look like the vortex is having any kind of effect on objects outside of the room?
No, it does not.
Okay, so theoretically, if we all get out and just close the door, it's like nothing ever happened.
Except, didn't we wreck the door?
No,
No,
you
that
wrecked
was the
the other
closet
door.
door.
We
Oh,
wrecked
the other
closet.
door.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Nope, you
No,
did that
actually-
door too.
Yeah, you wrecked this door too. You did.
Oh, that's
remember,
right. I did that.
You
Yep,
sun-sorted this door.
We broke
Yes.
it out.
Sorry,
Correct,
I
yeah.
forgot that you wrecked both doors.
Yeah, that is the action that I took.
Actions have consequences here in Dungeons and Dragons land. That's what
like
makes it
it.
escapism.
I don't like it. So I have a rope, but it's not attached to my friend.
But there may be bits of door on the end of it still.
There's just a door handle. It's a crude improvised weapon now.
Yeah. Can I extend my arm around the edge of the door frame so that I can pull her up?
You're gonna have to like go stand in this spot basically in order to have any chance of like reaching her.
Yeah.
That's what we do for friendship. So I am going to
Was her
reach my
last
arm
words. She was
around.
sucked into a my arm is being torn off by necrotic
Gonna
forces.
say, grab my arm.
Daphne, do you want to grab an arm?
I mean, I'm not that worried. It sucks me 2 squares, and I can walk away 3 squares. So
Okay,
I'm going to
then
be
don't
out of the
grab my
room
arm,
next
jeez.
turn anyway.
So you're just gonna let her stand there with her hand out, like, and just gonna be like standing in the corner, like, I'm not taking your hand.
Mechanically, I can handle this on my own.
Not to be too rules specific, but I can't do anything right now. It's not my turn.
Okay. Well, that's my turn.
Okay, Fluffy.
Yeah,
Push
I don't
Freda
really have
in.
anything I particularly want to do, and Daphne seems to have it under control, so I'm getting my string back out and playing with it a little bit.
All right, Daphne, it's your turn.
You don't want to step slightly further away from the swirling necrotic vortex, Steve?
No, I'm good. I'm
All
around
right.
the corner. I'm sure nothing will happen.
All right.
You're not around
Guys,
the corner. You're right at
string.
the open door.
No, the
No.
door is south of me.
Freda's where the door is.
They're both in the same spot on my map.
That's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see that here, but
All right.
Daphne, it's
I
your
can
turn.
tell I'm around the corner because fudge is currently being made here.
Delicious.
Yeah.
So do I make a roll?
Yes, can you make a saving throw?
16.
Okay, you're good. You managed to resist the vortex.
All right. I walk out of the room.
You walk out of the room into
Smug.
Freda's.
Hey, guys.
And as you kind of stare at each other, the door in front of you rematerializes. It's closed. And it is as
Severing
if.
my arm at the elbow.
Yeah.
It is as if it
The
reset.
rope that you're holding, Freda, no longer has a doorknob at the end of it.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Hey
First
guys,
things,
do you think it turns back on if I open the door again?
Oh, God, stop.
first things first. I go over to Henry. Next time we're all in a room screaming, open the door from the outside, jerk.
Well, I didn't hear any screaming, I just, I was so interested in this silver pool, you know.
There's nothing in
It's
it anymore.
empty.
We dipped all our stuff in
It's still silverish. The pool. I mean, it no longer has quicksilver in it, but the pool is a work of art in and of itself.
We didn't have such nice things down in the laboratory.
Henry is a liar.
So, everything okay then, eh?
No, not really.
Yes.
It is now.
In
You
your
have
experience
survived
with this
one room in
family-
Seyvoth Manor, and technically learned and gained nothing from it.
We did scare a kid through the wall, so
We
then we got
learned
that
that.
going for us.
We learned that
We know
neither of
there's-
these bears is Billy.
That is
And there's something
actually.
called Billy somewhere. We don't know what it is.
She did look at them for a while before freaking out, so maybe one of them is Billy, and if we can go through the wall and find her again, maybe we can give her Billy someday. But
I feel like you 100% know that neither of those is Billy.
Yeah, we'll give you that one.
well, I
Steve,
think
Steve
Billy
may not
might-
know, but Fluffy knows.
Billy might look similar to one of those dolls. Is
Yeah,
what I'm
that's a
good
saying.
guess.
That seems
It's a
like
good
a
guess.
safe assumption that Billy is some kind of doll, perhaps
right.
even a bear doll, but not a clown or a sailor.
So, now that you have gotten out of that room, where would you like to go?
Yeah, do you guys want to go to horrible rooms to the north or horrible rooms to back to the east? Your choice.
North. My choice is north.
North. Absolutely
All right.
north.
Sure.
We
We're this
Continue
far
on
down
this
the hall.
hallway.
All right, so there is another door down.
Hey, guys,
in
there's
the
another
hallway there.
door.
Bum, bum,
Well,
I'm going to listen at this one, too.
bum, 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 bum,
Cool.
bum.
You want a perception check?
Sure.
All
how do we
right.
get up here?
That is
Bing.
a 27.
27. Okay, so you listen at the door to this room and you hear absolutely nothing. It is dead quiet inside.
Dead,
Dead
quiet.
Spookiest kind of quiet.
Chain rattle.
Chain rattle.
Hey, there's nothing in this room, guys. I find that
That's-
intriguing. And I open the door.
Oh, God. Oh,
right.
God.
I,
Oh,
I've
God.
learned my lesson, and I am going to cast Divine Sense.
Just
I can-
don't cast Magic Circle.
What does
I
that
can
what does that
detect
do,
good
Freda?
and evil until the end of my next turn. I can sense anything affected by the Hollow spell, or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60
Nice.
feet that is not behind total cover.
Okay. All right. So far, so good. You have not detected anything that registers on your senses.
I think there's
Fluffy-
probably some background pinging of other.
But like you've been in the
Yeah.
mansion all for the last several hours, and you kind of feel like that's just sort of the dread that you
Yeah.
get.
What does Henry count as?
Yeah. He's undead.
Yeah,
But he's cool.
He's nice
Fluffy.
though. He's nice.
I appreciate
I
the
just sensed
commitment
the
to character,
genre.
by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The genre.
That's
yeah.
right. Background
It's
genre.
like a LaCroix flavor. You just have like it's
Yes.
like a light tinge of evil.
Yeah.
All right. Fluffy opens this door, revealing what appears to be a storeroom. There are 3 large wooden barrels on the south side. Otherwise,
They're all mimics.
It's empty. And there's a rickety ladder leading up to a hatch in the ceiling on the north.
Oh my God.
I step in and check the barrels. Hey, maybe there's pizza in here.
All right.
They're all
The
mimics.
the barrels are waterproof and sealed,
What?
but you are able to pop a cork out of one of them, and
And
you
drink.
smell wine that smells pretty bad.
Yeah.
Don't
Not
do
quite.
it.
This wine is currently in that inconvenient state of really bad, but not yet quality
not yet
vinegar.
vinegar?
Yeah.
Not good vinegar.
Yeah. It is neither a good vinegar or good wine. It is in between.
I just kind of watch it run out of the barrel for a little
All right.
while.
I'm just checking how much poison damage drinking this would do. Just no reason.
Did you check,
No.
make sure how much smelling it would do too?
Yeah.
I may have learned from our past session. I'm just watching it drain
That is
out
very-
of the barrel now. Transfixed.
Steve Lutz, I've known you for like 8 years. You haven't learned anything ever.
But this is role playing, Tony.
Okay,
My
also-
character learns.
If you were going to learn one thing, I feel like it should have been something for you and not for a fictional
No,
cat.
don't drink
well-
strange liquors is a good idea.
One stage at a time. First, I got to role play it and see how it goes, and then maybe I'll adopt it in my own life. But for now, Fluffy
For
just
now.
watches wine dribble out of the barrel.
Excellent.
All right, so that's all that's in this room. Ladder and barrels. What else?
To be clear, the ladder goes up to a hatch in the ceiling, I believe Dan said.
Do we want to listen at the hatch?
Listen at the hatch.
Yes.
It felt like a song, sorry.
All right. Is someone climbing up to the ladder?
I can't.
I'm
I'm
not
still watching the
especially
wine dribble out.
perceptive, But
Yeah, this is one of those classic D&D moments where, like, yeah, listening at a hatch is a great idea, but who wants to climb up a rickety ladder and put their ear against a hatch in a haunted house?
I will
I'll
climb
climb
up the
up
ladder
the-
and put my ear against the hatch. What do I roll?
Thank you, Daphne.
Roll perception.
Yeah.
I can give you guidance and give you an extra D4.
Hey, thanks.
Velma's like, really put your ear up against the hatch. It works better that way. Guidance.
Yeah, I just have to touch. I have to touch you as you pass in.
All right.
I take it back then. I don't want that.
All right. What's your perception roll?
I'm rolling it.
Fluffy's head is getting slowly closer and closer to the wine that's dribbling out of the barrel.
Oh my
A
god.
total of 20.
All right. So you put your ear up to that hatch and you listen intently. There's not much sound coming down from what you can tell. You feel like if there were any sound, you would hear it. You feel confident that there's really not much up there.
I open the hatch.
All right. You open the hatch and you are looking into it's kind of dim in there, but you have dark vision, I believe, right?
Sure do.
So you can poke your head up a little bit and you see what appears to be an attic used for storage.
Oh,
I think
somebody
just
knew
to-
something about the attic.
Yeah,
Just to clarify, I think you probably have to I think the ladder probably continues above the hatch for a ways, because this actually takes you kind of to the very top of the house.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so yeah.
But yeah.
So there's a
But
tall ladder. You can like scale up to
Yeah.
the top and like sort of poke your head out a little bit. But
yeah.
you get the idea. You're not
And
going to just the next floor, but to an attic.
Yeah,
That's up the
and you
top.
recognize it's got that quality attic smell to it.
So wait, are you suggesting that she climbed through an entire floor and now is in the attic on the 4th floor? Or?
Spooky.
Indeed.
All right.
Yes.
Non-Euclidean geometry.
Hang on. Is that what happened, or is the attic just the floor above us?
No, it's not the floor above you. You went past another floor. It took a while.
okay.
You climbed for essentially you would gauge like another floor and then the attic.
Excellent. I will, because of this rumor I have, pop up and shut the hatch so it is completely dark up here. Do I see anything?
Okay, so you are leaving your crew behind. You are popping up into the attic.
Just for a moment, yeah.
Yeah,
we're
so,
all trying to convince our rogue
you're
to not
distracted.
lick the old wine.
All right, so you see a room filled with crates and boxes and some other storage containers. There is a stained glass window that fills the room with the light of what appears to be the moon outside.
Oh, in that case, I will not bother shutting the hatch, but I will call down, guys, come up here to the attic. We need to cover this window somehow.
I'll also mention Daphne, you see right away, the attic is pretty big. It's much bigger than this little storage room that led to the attic, right? So it's a large chamber full of crates and all kinds of stuff. So
Okay.
you may not be able to see all of the attic just from the top of
Right.
the thing.
I call down, guys, come on up to the attic. We need to cover this window somehow.
All
Fluffy
right.
says, okay, and immediately heads up the ladder.
Yep.
Having become bored with the wine dribbling out of the barrel.
Thank you. We are taking you to the attic map.
To the attic. 1 second. That's the sound
guys.
of going to the attic.
I heard from a very reliable source that the magic that protects the books in the attic can be dispelled by a command phrase visible only in total darkness. But there's this big, stupid stained glass window that is actually very nice. So if we can cover that up somehow, we can see a command phrase that'll come in real handy.
All right, so just to give you a little more information about this room now that you can see the map, beyond the stained glass window and the crates, there's also a wooden door in the center of the wall to the west, and in the southeast corner of the attic, a red curtain that seems to be sort of partitioning. I'll give you, sorry, it didn't quite get revealed here, but a red curtain is sort of partitioning off that section of the room. And then you also notice that one particular item catches your attention. There is a large steamer trunk sitting on a crate in the northwest corner of the room here. Oops. Here.
Hey, man, are you a mimic?
There's no answer from the trunk.
All right. How do we darken the window?
If we move the curtains, will that...
Probably, but I'm really worried about moving.
Can you
the
tear down the
curtain.
curtain and put it in front of the stained glass window?
Does anyone have the ability to see if the curtains are magic?
Yes. I think I do.
All right.
Hold on.
Since magic.
I have a 1 ounce bottle of ink. So if I just paint it on very thinly.
I can cast detect magic.
Monty, that's like the stupidest problem solving I've heard a player use that didn't involve rope. That you get.
Thank you.
You know what? You gain inspiration.
Sorry, we give inspiration for stupid ideas. That is our brand here at Total
I'm
Party
gonna be
Kill.
rich.
Brilliant idea.
Can
I
we
made
take
it.
this rope and weave it into a rug and then hold it
There
over
we-
the stained glass window?
There we go. That's what I like to hear.
How big is this window, by the way? I missed it.
It is. I think you can. Sorry, they don't give you a great idea here, but I believe it's this one to the north.
So pretty big.
Yeah, so like 10 feet wide. It's pretty large. It's not like a small window.
But it could, if we took this curtain down, it would cover it, presumably.
Yeah, that curtain looks like that curtain's 15 feet wide, I'd say.
I wish we had a warlock.
But it might only be
They could
2 inches
cast,
tall.
like,
I
a
don't,
shadow
can't see from this angle.
spell.
Yeah.
I can do a detect magic.
I will also
Let's
say,
do a detect-
it's just some moonlight coming in. It's not like,
The moonlight.
it's totally different from, what do you call it, sunlight.
Well, but
Never
the
heard of it.
rumor said darkness and
Indeed.
moonlight isn't dark. Do I see a command phrase anywhere?
You do not.
Okay, then.
Is there anything casting light other than the moon in this room?
Not in this room. No.
That's it. We destroy
Oh,
the moon.
it's
We don't
possible
have to touch
it's-
the window.
It could. The attic could continue beyond that curtain. It might be back there.
Well, there is both a door and a curtain. Anything
which-
could be.
Tell me more about this steamer trunk in the corner here.
Well, it's an old wooden trunk. It looks like it's got sort of brass fittings. It looks, a little old, a little dusty, but in pretty good shape.
I'm gonna pop open
That's
my
how I
mage
describe
hand and see if
myself.
I can tip that thing open.
Sure thing. All right, so your mage hand opens the trunk and it creaks open. There's a pile of fabric, what it looks like inside.
Maybe like 10 feet by 10 feet worth of fabric.
No, more like clothes, it seems like.
All right.
Can
my
we
mage hand
weave the
starts
clothes
pulling
together?
it out a little
All
at a
right, so
time.
your mage hand starts pulling out. There's several dresses. There's some clothes that look like they would fit a small child. And then you locate something that you think is not a piece of clothes, but your mage hand pulls out what appears to be another doll.
Billy?
It is it's a small bear once again, and it is dressed as a a witch in a black outfit, clutching a flimsy broom in its right hand.
Probably not Billy. So do we have glue or tar of some sort where we could just slap it all over the window and stick the clothes to it?
No, you don't have any glue.
I have some sealing wax.
Well, I'm sorry, fantasy glue is what I'm talking about.
Can we
yeah.
tie the clothes together? Is there a cape?
There is not a cape, and you feel like it would take you a while to sew all these children's clothes and dresses
tie.
into a curtain.
I'm grabbing that witch bear
Rope?
doll, by the way. So
Okay,
I've got it.
Fluffy took the doll.
Please
How
add that to your
large are
inventory.
vestments?
I did.
These are children's vestments, so they're small. Or do you mean your vestments, Jane?
I have vestments.
Oh, well, they're Freda sized.
Oh, wait. I have painter's supplies.
What?
Yeah, equipment
I'm
page.
proficient in painting.
Wait a
Hell
minute.
yes.
Wait a minute, Freda. Have you been carrying around a big ladder with you this whole time?
Like an easel?
Do you have
Yeah, I have, like, a
wait,
roller.
like
Wait,
a
a
house
ladder?
paint? Yeah, well, oh, sorry. I imagine like a house painter. And you've
Every
got
painter is always
Yeah,
carrying
it
a
doesn't
ladder.
specify.
Yeah. Freda von
So-
Jonas and Sons.
do you have? Yeah, I mean, are you a house
Yeah.
painter or a portrait painter?
Check your equipment. What do you actually have?
I flip
paint?
open my.
Do you have an
pack.
easel or do you have a drop cloth and a bunch of rolling roller
No,
A
that's
drop
brushes?
cloth would be
A
perfect.
single item painter's supplies, gear, tool.
Okay. Good to
Painter's
know.
supplies.
So, like,
These special
paint-
tools include the items needed to pursue a craft or trade. Thanks, D&D Beyond. You're doing great.
Yeah.
So
Painter's
I pull
tools
out all of
supposedly
my
have
tubes
5
of paint.
canvases, watercolor paint, oil paint, painter's palette, 5 brushes, sketchbook, light charcoal, light graphite sketch pencil.
Why are you
so-
carrying all these things in a haunted house?
Also, maybe you should
We
stop
might
and
need
like.
to paint a stained glass window.
What if you guys? Oh
Freda
no! Oh, there's a scene later.
painstakingly removes like 5 canvases,
Yes.
and then watercolors like not these.
No, you're being chased
then
by a
gets the
monster, and then you
oil
quickly
Paint a
you
hole?
you quickly paint portrait versions of yourself with the face cut out, so you can hide in a long haunted house hallway, and the
good.
monster runs past the portraits, and your eyes move.
So she
Those are
probably
technically
has
painter's
that's a
tools
really
as
good
opposed
idea.
to
1
supplies.
ounce.
So
It's canon. Whatever.
So this
all
is
right,
an important
guys.
discussion.
What else
So she
would you?
starts squirting oil paint.
Yes, all over the window.
it's weird
All
how
over
this
the
adventure
windows.
takes 3 years to finish. It's
And
It's because the
various
DMs insist on
paintbrushes
heckling
to her
us when we try to do
friends.
something.
That's throwing a lot of shade.
Yeah, that's what people are here for.
We're trying to throw shade on this window. If you let us.
But
So she hands a paintbrush to everyone.
Oh,
yeah.
wow,
Scoop
teamwork.
grabs
We're
it
gonna
in his
do it.
mouth and starts
Yeah.
like.
Let's
All right.
ruin this priceless artifact.
All right,
this seems like a lot of work.
someone can wash it.
There's a musical interlude as you montage all paint the window.
You got to
and
put
you know,
one foot in
some
front
of you are
the
just painting it
other,
like a
put
solid
your
color.
other foot
Some of you are
down,
like painting self-portraits,
down.
logos, and yeah, we'll say time passes.
Montage,
a brief montage, and the window is fully obscured. There is no moonlight coming in.
This room is dark, so the only people who can see are the people with dark vision.
Yeah, you've made it so you can't see.
Can we see
And
it? I look around.
I
Is there
think
a
I
command
can't
phrase
see.
anywhere?
You do not see a command phrase anywhere.
great.
All right.
Well, son of a.
Great. Moving on. Let's explore this room.
I can't
I'm
see
gonna approach
anything.
the curtain and see from maybe like 5 feet away, or listen from like 5 feet away to see if there's any noise coming from the other side.
Give me a perception check.
That's a 10.
You think the only thing that you hear is like the flickering of a candle, essentially, like in like a draft.
Dan, what noise do candles make?
Fluffy steps forward and dramatically whips the curtain open.
All right. So behind the
it.
red curtain are some wooden steps that lead upwards to what appears to be an altar.
Oh, man.
This makes the whole musical number where you guys are painting that window, like just around the corner from an altar, seem real weird now.
On either side of the altar, which is a stone altar set in the southern wall, but it's flanked by large bronze statues of demons in attack poses. Sitting atop the altar are 3 old books, each with a leather cover and a gold clasp that is keeping them shut, as well as a candelabra with 4 lit candles which flicker from the draft as you pull back the curtain. The books are, from left to right, red, gray, and blue.
They are
This is
protected by
important.
something.
What color are the candles?
Hey, you guys okay with me snuffing out these candles?
Yep.
What color are the candles?
The candle. What do you mean? What color are the candle?
Are they white? Are they yellow? Are they red?
Here are what colors are.
Like the wax, the color of the wax.
Okay,
Oh,
they're
wax
white.
colored.
They're white colored,
They're white. Okay.
or off white, cream, eggshell.
Okay. I just want to make sure they weren't red or black.
They're
My
not.
my mage hand heads over there and snuffs out the 4 candles.
Yeah.
Okay, so you snuff out the candles, and as you do so, on the southern wall appears in large bluish green letters that glow eerily in the darkness the phrase "Nemo omnia novit."
Sounds Latin.
Nemo omnia novit.
Can you please spell that for us? Because I
just
take
checking.
Latin.
Fluffy,
I'll type it.
Fluffy, did you say that, or was that Steve saying that?
That was me ruminating in my brain.
Also, Dan, that's not spelled right.
I know.
Oh, wait, it's autocorrecting.
Autocorrect doesn't
Yeah.
like Latin.
Oh, are you typing it in Roll20?
We are
Which-
typing in
yeah,
Roll
which
20
place
for
are
you.
you?
I typed it in Roll20 for you.
Nemo.
All right.
Oh, we found Nemo. Good.
That's nobody, all, and I don't know what novit means.
Wait, is it N-O-V-I-T?
Ask your doctor if Novid is right for you.
That's pronounced no-wit. V's in Latin are wuh, no-wit.
All right,
See,
look,
I go
I took
with
Latin in 7th and 8th grade. I know these things, but that's like archaic church. I don't know. That's not
Yeah, I
D&D
use
Latin.
ecclesiastical
No, that is not
pronunciation.
church Latin.
Yeah,
church
that's-
Latin
that's
does
not.
Fine.
That is
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Julius Caesar pronunciation right there.
Sorry, this is a new level of pedantry for Total Party Kill.
This entire attic catches on fire. You all die.
Presumably,
really-
this is really in some sort of archaic D&D language. And
Exactly.
I got you.
Yeah.
I
This
will
is
not have you
draconic.
bastardizing Latin, thank you.
Excuse
dead
me,
language.
we're speaking English. We're bastardizing Latin all the time.
My Latin teacher, if we ever said that Latin was a dead language, she would take 2 points from our final score every time.
Wow,
we would say
weirdly
that.
enough, a Latin teacher is protective of Latin, a dead language.
They all are.
Yes, I
Dan-
remember.
It's a
okay,
language.
Dan, I took like
it's
10
a
years of
language
Latin.
that lives in so many others.
Yeah, it
That's
lives in
how
our
she would
hearts.
say it.
Let me just tell you.
in
Let me
mine,
just
certainly.
fun trivia here. It is presented in Latin, which, according to the adventure as written, thanks David Floor, you only understand if you speak Celestial.
Which I believe
I do.
I do.
I do.
Okay.
I do too.
Well, do people not speak Celestial? I assumed everybody spoke Celestial.
You guys all took Celestial as a second language?
Yeah, Celestial,
Yes,
or
I
as we
did.
know it here in the present day, Latin.
Yeah. I'm an Asmar. I
Celestial's
took
a dead
Celestial as a
language.
first language.
All right.
That's true.
So,
Right.
Monty, you immediately know. I think anyone would be able to kind of read the characters and kind of phonetically say it without knowing what it means. But you recognize immediately the phrase, no one knows everything.
Yeah. All right. I say it out loud
Okay.
with all my bardic skill.
You perform it very adroitly. It is. You hear like a,
Fluffy breaks into spontaneous applause.
but then it turns out that was just Scüp behind you making a sound. All right. So, what would you like to do? Having now said that,
I will cast light in case anybody doesn't have dark vision.
okay.
That's just kind.
And I believe we can get at these books now.
All right. Which book?
She
would
really
you
only
like
cast light so everybody could appreciate her beauty.
Oh, yeah. I cast light so I can control what angle it's coming from.
That's right.
I grabbed the red book. Red book.
All right. You pick up the red book, and
There's
you-
lots of tips about housemaking and cooking.
Oh, that's perfect. I'm a girl.
Wow. I was worried there weren't enough regressive Dungeons and Dragons podcasts.
And a bard.
I'm a girl from 50 years ago. So
Oh my
50 years
goodness.
ago yesterday, in fact.
Still don't love it.
All right.
I'm
So,
sorry.
are you opening this book?
Yes.
All right.
I'm reading it.
Do you want to read the words written inside the book?
I would, yes. To myself, not out loud.
You know what? Just reading them to yourself is enough.
You feel some sort of magic descend upon you and all of your compatriots as you read what appears to be an incantation that you invoke, and the entire party receives some boons.
Ooh.
Oh, I love boons.
I like
Is it
a
Strawberry
boon.
Hill or?
You get a permanent +1 bonus to AC.
Hey.
Nice.
All of you. You get a permanent resistance to necrotic damage.
Oh, that'll come in handy.
Does anyone already resist necrotic damage?
Nope.
You get advantage on all intelligence and wisdom-based skill checks in which you are already proficient. So any skills that are based on intelligence and wisdom, which you already have training in or proficiency, you get advantage on all of those checks.
Wow.
And you recover up to 2 spent hit dice.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
Wisdom.
Daphne,
Did you say wisdom and intelligence?
Correct. Any skills based on those.
But it has to be proficient ones, right?
yes,
Okay.
correct.
Daphne, this happens as soon as you read these aloud in your head, and then suddenly the book is no longer in your hands, nor are the other 2 books on the altar. It's like they were never there.
You chose wisely.
All right.
You did.
Yeah. No, those are
I mean,
huge.
randomly,
best
but wisely.
possible outcome.
Those are huge boons. Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
I like
I'll
to
just
think
throw
so.
out this page about all the horrible things that happen if you pick the wrong book.
That's how you
Plus
will.
1 AC, advantage on intelligence and wisdom skills for which we are proficient, and then
Yes.
plus 2 hit die.
And resistance to necrotic.
Resistance to
Resistance to
necrotic.
Oh,
necrotic
that's the one I
damage, yes.
missed.
Which seems like
Spoiler,
probably a
that's
going to
be a big
here.
deal.
Yeah.
All right, that went really well. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no, that's
I feel
the,
like renewed faith in books.
yeah. This adventure has a mixed ruling about the nature of literacy.
So Scüp is going to bark oof, to try to get everybody's attention. And then who's closest to him?
Frida.
Frida. So you see Scüp sort of like reach back sort of by his shoulder. And he grabs a piece of parchment that he had kept sort of underneath his collar and hands it to you.
Okay. She takes it.
How long have you had this?
The whole time. And on it, it says,
This dog contains a bomb.
this dog contains multitudes, is what it says. No, on it, it says, the sword in the basement demands a blood sacrifice before it can be taken.
As I recall, you spent a really long time pantomiming that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, my gosh, I forgot.
Yeah, we already knew
You
that.
did.
Why didn't you just give them the parchment?
She looks down at it and she's like, yeah. Oh wait, no, she doesn't. She can't read.
Oh, perfect.
Oh no, she can. There is light in the room. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant she was illiterate.
thought you
I
meant
was like,
she
you only
couldn't read, yeah.
lost one language, and it wasn't common.
Okay,
No,
Scüp.
I forgot that
Freda's just transferred here from Athos. So
I want to roll a dexterity check. Sure. Maybe it's
steal it
opposed.
back.
I don't know. Yeah, to try and grab it back because I handed you the wrong parchment.
Oh, it's the shopping list
20,
gag.
natural 20.
She's like, what?
So I got plus. Where's my dexterity? There it
I
is.
think, Mike,
22.
I think you have it. Yes.
Hey, I'm just making sure.
I'm a
Yeah, so
paladin.
Scüp grabs it back,
I'm a bard.
and realizes
I'm
he
a
pulled it
cat.
out on the. Realizes he pulled it out on the left side.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you're wrong.
That's a
Scüp has to go back to his files.
Crucial mistake.
Yeah.
Where is he carrying
And
that
then
stuff?
he just tries to pretend like nothing happened.
So a dog
done.
hands her a sheet of paper and then grabs it back.
Yeah, I'm playing fetch with you instead of you playing with me.
The tables are turned.
Fluffy is looking at the altar here to see if there's anything else on it or around it that we might have missed previously.
I mean, I think the books were the main event. There are, there were candelabras that someone put the candles out on. There are some rather dramatic demon statues. Just your classic attic stuff.
Would you like to roll a perception?
Okay. Why not? It's an 11.
I will say you think there's something on the floor in front of the altar, but you can't quite make it out. Like something drawn on the floor.
Oh, am I currently standing on it?
Yes.
I take a step back and see if I notice it.
Wait, are you trained in perception? Did you get an extra bit?
Can I see
roll
it?
advantage
Can I
on
see
that?
it closer now that I'm not standing on it?
Yeah, we'll say sure. You can see what looks like the faint trace of what was probably like a pentagram,
Oh,
but it's been mostly worn away.
well, I'm glad I'm not a demon.
Other than that, there doesn't seem to be too much else in this section of the attic, but there is still a door to the west wall, or you could go back down the ladder.
Down the hatch. Down the hatch.
Just
Guys,
pop
there's no
open
pizza
the
in
door
here.
to the little girl's room, throw the bear in, and close it.
That's not how we solve problems here at Total Party Kill.
We don't solve problems.
Touche.
You could just open the door and reach the doll around and shake it. It's me, Billy.
And don't you dare say it's not.
Monty?
Billy's a boy's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a
Well,
witch.
You saying a boy can't be a
Whoa.
witch?
Yeah.
Pretty regressive.
Also, Billy's not just a boy's name.
I would like
It's
to point out.
2019. Billies can be
Wilhelmina.
boys and witches.
Yeah.
And
So
girls.
first off, your issue is that a boy can't be a witch, but a bear can be a witch. I'm just trying to understand your worldview there, Daphne.
Yeah, me and my pal the cat and my pal the dog.
Your dog is a brain surgeon. Anything is possible.
Yeah,
Also-
anything's
also,
possible
bi-
for an animal, not for a boy.
By the way, my
Also-
pronouns are which and what.
Yeah.
All right, we want to do
I feel
this
like,
door.
also Billy could be short for a lot of things. It could be
Okay.
Wilhelmina. Yeah, Wilhelmina.
Billrica.
Yeah.
Billy Piper.
Bill Erica. Yeah.
Billy
all
Piper.
kinds of things.
Billy the
Weird
Kid.
door.
The cat from
Weird
Wizard
door.
of Oz. Yes, do it.
Freda's run over to the door in the western wall. Would you like to
Yeah.
open the door?
I would like to listen at the door.
Look at them listening at doors. That's
Listen.
how you lose an ear.
I am alone at a
You
How
gotta roll
about a 14?
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Appropriately quiet.
And then he
It's
laughs
quiet,
maniacally.
but I'm not sure how I feel about the guys.
I don't know what to do to be.
What are we all just standing around the hatch?
I guess I'll open it.
It's like, open it and,
Just checking.
Just open it.
Freda, right hand or left hand when you use the doorknob?
Now,
Right
come on.
hand.
All right, no reason. I just like to check in on
use
people.
your less dominant hand.
Yeah. Welcome to secondary storage. This small room to the western side
Finally.
of the attic seems to contain the more expensive things that nobody wants in Seyvoth Manor. So things that have been put into storage. So you see some kind of fancier furniture and, exquisite clothing, maybe cases that look like they might have fancy silverware.
Any pizza rolls?
There are no obvious
Things
pizza
people
rolls.
want to use.
Not interested.
So there's a lot of crates and barrels, and it does look like there
That's stuff
is.
from Crate and Barrel.
There does look like there is a chest directly across the room from where you opened it. I know how you
It
people
does
feel
look like
about chests.
Do you?
Are there any nice capes in the clothing? I'm
Dan, give me a check to see if you find a cape.
You mean Velma?
Yeah,
I was going to say Dan.
Velma.
I found a cape. I don't know what your problem is.
Dan, roll a dice to determine if there are capes. Velma, roll a die to search for capes. Let's see how this goes.
17.
You find a very nice cape. What color is it, Velma?
I think it's green.
What color is the lining?
Oh, it's purple.
That's a
Okay,
nice cape.
and it's yours. Well, I mean, technically you stole it from somebody, but
I put on the
Yours
cape.
now.
All right, you have a cape. It's a little dusty, but it's nice. The material is very, very
The
fine.
mothball smell will wear off eventually.
I
Yeah.
position
Freda
the light to
sneezes.
make you look great.
Yes,
Thank you.
Very
Teamwork.
cool.
So, do you want to do anything in the storage room other than steal one cape?
Was the cape in the chest, or did we not open the chest?
We
No,
did
the
not
cape
open
did
the
open the
chest.
chest.
The cape was folded on top of a
Mage
crate
hand, mage
immediately inside of the room.
So while
Yeah, I feel
everybody
like
else is
mage
standing
hands-
around trying on capes, a mage hand drifts by and opens the chest.
All right, the chest is unlocked and untrapped, and inside.
That's good.
Inside, there is something because you did not check either of those. Dan is going to roll a die to find out
I
what
had a good
is
feeling.
in. Yeah, what is in this
It's
chest?
a ghost.
It's a spooky ghost.
Hey, Henry, you know anything about this treasure we're about to find?
A treasure, eh? I don't know much about treasure.
Well, someone lied to us
liar.
that.
Oh, there might be some treasure down on the second floor. The memories are coming back to me, you know.
Keep
You
thinking.
find in this a scroll. Would does somebody have the ability to inspect this scroll and figure out what it does?
The mage
It
hand
probably needs to
drifts
be a-
back to me with the scroll gripped in
Yeah,
it.
unless it's the
sort
answer
of
to
drifts by.
a specific puzzle.
It is a spell scroll
let's just leave
that
it.
will allow you to cast one of two spells on yourself if you are someone who can cast these spells. Those spells are Remove Curse or Greater Restoration.
By the time you need a greater restoration, it's real hard to cast it.
Well, you
yourself.
cast it on someone else.
Actually, it's
Okay.
if you guess on yourself.
Oh,
No. No.
That's fine.
I mean, I can cast spells. I'm not primarily a spellcaster, though. And
It just depends whether or not they're on your class's spellcasting list.
I'm a bard. I may have mentioned it. So eventually everything's part of my class spell list.
that's a good point. She probably can cast that more than I can because most of my spells have to come from illusion or enchantment, I think.
I think otherwise your dog, who is a cleric, could
Yeah, I
probably
was going to
cast
say I
either
can
of those.
cast the restoration spell for
Okay,
sure.
so the-
'Cause I already have one.
The mage hands
Yeah,
waves
I know
back and
lesser
forth,
restoration already.
holding the
I've got
scroll.
Revive of Five.
Grab it,
Well,
whoever wants
one
it.
of you, the two of you, should take it and add it to your inventory.
We
please.
did
So that
it!
was the you found a cape and a scroll. The scroll was in
Sorry.
the most conspicuous treasure chest looking at chests. There is lots of other crates and boxes and whatnot there, but I don't know if you want to spend any other time in the
Yeah,
secondary storage room.
Scoop's
Aren't
going
you
to walk
in
into
your
the
house?
secondary storage
First door,
room
secondary storage.
and do a little perception check.
There's multiple dairies on site.
That's going to be...
Who took the scroll, by the
way? 15.
I will.
Good.
Scüp, as you're poking around using your heightened senses, you notice that the there's it was kind of obscured at first, but there is totally a door hidden behind the crates. They're kind of stacked up on that southern wall there to obscure it. Yeah.
Oh, sounds like Scoop's found something.
I'm distracted by the fact that Scoop's icon is superimposed over Freda's icon, so now it looks like he has long, flowing blonde hair.
Well, so yeah.
Looks fabulous. Yes, you can spend a few minutes clearing all these things out of the way if you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, another montage.
Man, let's just leave the door.
You paint it as you clear it.
A montage of people doing moving crates and barrels and really just like fixing up this attic, but good. You're really
Yeah.
helping out Lord Seyvoth by just
We're making ourselves a little clubhouse.
yeah. So 15 minutes later, the boxes and crates have been moved, and there is now a door on the southern wall. The door appears unlocked and just there. It mainly seems like it was, hidden by nature of having stuff stacked in front of it. It is not a secret door per se, only that its existence and location was a secret. So who wants to walk through the secret door that you just spent 15 minutes unsecreting?
Can I listen at the door before we go in?
Please.
Fluffy, by the way, has gotten into the steamer trunk outside and is trying to curl up.
11.
Are you holding the doll to yourself?
Micah, that was 11, you said?
Yeah, maybe.
Yes, 11.
Sounds pretty quiet on the other side of that secret door.
Somebody else want to perceive?
I can come perceive.
A sailor went to CCC.
Don't forget the advantage you
24.
have if you are proficient in it.
20.
It
Heck
sounds
yes.
really quiet on the other side of that door.
All right, good. So we both got the same result there. I can't creak. I'm not going to creak open the door. It's not my job.
I got it. Everybody back away
As a
from
dog, it is not my job.
Daphne, you're going to do some mage hand that door?
it. Yeah, everybody back away from it. Not rush up to it.
Got it?
Nope, the opposite of what you're doing, people. Your other
I
back
backed
away.
away.
Yeah. All right. Daphne, you mage hand the door open. It swings open without issue, and there is a very strange little chamber beyond. Dan, do you want to describe that chamber for us?
Sure. So, in the center of this room
So we need a
stands
key.
stone pedestal about 4 feet high. But more interesting than that is what is hovering above the pedestal, just a few inches, is a black sphere, approximately 2 inches wide, that gives off an aura of intense darkness.
They're probably just saving all their black spheres in this room to recycle them all at once, so they have to make like a separate trip for each black sphere.
This was the only thing that sparked joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, night seems bad. Can someone inspect the night to
I
see
feel
if
like
he's going to
backing
stab us?
slowly.
Close the door.
Yeah, this is
I see no
Seriously,
real
though.
reason to get super involved in this
Yeah,
thing.
poke the
I
night.
agree.
Do you want to roll anything, or just you're fine?
Just open the door, look at it, and go.
I can
the
do
door.
an Arcana check.
Yeah. He
Oh
did it
yeah,
on
the
front
floating
door.
orb is probably magic.
Well, but you learn more than
I'm
okay,
being a
Dungeon
jerk.
Dave.
I'm being a jerk because I'm a dungeon master. It's in my job.
Okay, I'm rolling.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
please.
Don't make
No,
me
please
read
make an
Arcana
Arcana
check to you, pal.
If you're proficient, you get advantage.
I do 14.
A 14. So Velma, you're familiar with something called a sphere of annihilation.
Dan, do you want to just say that again to let that sink in for people?
Sphere of annihilation.
Lation.
Why is
Thank you.
this in a house?
You pay for the whole sphere, but you only use the edge.
Yes, they're very hard to throw away. Do not put that in the recycling bin. You will get a fine.
However, Velma, you know enough about, so this looks like you've heard that described, but it seems to have some key differences, and you believe that it's not quite a sphere of annihilation, but some sort of similar magic item.
If we were to
Really
give it a
more
name,
egg-shaped.
It's
if we
a
were to give it a
truncated
name,
cone of annihilation.
yeah. If we were to give it a name, let's just call it a void stone. How's that?
Void Stone.
I'm still mad about this clickbait y'all just did to us. Or bait and switch, I guess.
Clickbait?
I don't know what to call it. It was a little bit bait and switchy. Oh, there's this thing called a stone of annihilation. That's not what this is.
It's similar.
But you'll know the
Similar.
number.
This is also a sphere.
Yeah, I think Velma would know a little bit about what would happen if she were to interact with the void stone also.
Have you heard of a chest full of priceless gems? Well, that's not what's in this room.
Right.
So you think
It's a
there's
rock.
Why does anyone play this game with us?
You think that there is probably a ward that is protecting the sphere by the pedestal? Like the
Or
pedestal
at least
is
you
generating
think there
some
was a
sort of
ward, but there's not in this case.
I feel like
It's
this one
not.
was
Just
a little
read
hard
the
on the
book,
beaver
guys.
last night.
And you said I might know what it does.
Yeah, go find the void stone card.
I will find the void stone.
She rolled really high.
Yep, but you're not immune.
Fluffy is now fast asleep.
Is it on here?
He doesn't fit very well in the steamer trunk.
I think confusingly it is a magic item, so it was on the sheet.
Most of him's hanging out.
It's not here.
Okay.
Velma, adjust your glasses.
All right. Well, we will tell you what it is in a moment as we try to locate.
Will they tell us what it
information.
is?
Someday.
I feel like I know, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah,
Don't put your finger on it. Maybe actually they use this to dispose of their trash.
Yes. Oh my God.
That
I
would
want
be
a void
amazing.
stone.
So what you know about this, you don't know much about what the stone would do, but you know that a sphere of annihilation has the possibility of basically destroying things. So basically it can cause limited obliteration of matter if you can sort of direct it in a very specific way. And you suspect the properties of this are analogous. That it would allow you to disrupt or remove certain magical protections, for example.
Oh my God.
But
it
you
literally
don't know-
is a trash.
You don't know
remover.
exactly where it might be of use, but you suspect it might be of use somewhere.
It's an arcane garbage disposal.
Yep.
So, gang, is it something?
Otherwise known as a void stone, but not known as a sphere of
This
annihilation.
is poorly explained.
Is it something we want to take with us and take the risk of touching it and having
only just opens things.
things annihilate
to
us?
study.
You tell us. Is it safe to carry? You're the smart
Is
one.
it? Yeah. Is
You've
it
got
safe
glasses.
to carry?
Yeah, it's that
But
episode of
it's worded.
Scooby-Doo where Daphne's
Yeah, so
head
you
explodes.
feel like if you could get a hold of it, it would be fine to carry around with you and deploy when you needed it. Right now, the issue is that it is being protected by a ward generated by the pedestal. You think there's probably a way to get rid of that ward. You just aren't sure exactly what that would require.
I might have a way to dispel a ward.
You could also just tell Fluffy to go get it.
I pause before I do that.
I could try to
He's
sell
quiet
it.
and
Dreamland.
he's quiet and sleeping in a box. It's better he stays there for now.
Monty, did
Yeah,
you say you
no.
could dispel magic on it?
I could try dispelling magic. It'd be my last 3rd level spell. Do we think a void stone is useful?
I need to try
There-
and get
so
the
you said it could be
headphone
used
working,
to
so that's
dispel
what
magic. Basically, like the void stone itself can be used to dispel magic.
Something of that ilk, yeah.
Yeah.
It-
so then,
I mean, I guess
let's just.
I'll just giving a little dungeon master aside here. This may be a key for a lock you have not found yet. You may or may not need to open that lock. You may or may not care about this, But yes, it seems like this potentially does something that you have not yet encountered a place where you need it.
Yeah, I feel like we should.
It's up to you how much you want to invest in getting it, I guess.
We should put a pin in this and come back to it.
Such
if we
as
need
using
it.
a third level spell.
All right. Yeah.
That's true.
there's
We know where it
nothing-
is.
There may
Yeah, we
also
don't
be
have to do
ways to
any
get it
bonus.
without using a third level spell, but they may carry more risks with them.
Yeah, like sending Fluffy in.
Yeah,
Right. Let's just leave it for now.
Let's go. Thanks, Attic. You were helpful.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we appreciate all your work. Oh God, it talked.
That's fine.
I mean, you are resistant to necrotic damage. You might as well eat that stone and see what happens.
That was my next thought, but
All right, so you're
Fluffy's
heading back
ears
down the ladder.
perk up. He wakes up and says, "Is there something to eat in there?"
oh God.
Oh yeah,
Did I hear
there's a
somebody
pizza.
say try to eat that?
I think
Henry
I said
says
it was
there's
a
pizza
pizza
on the-
stone.
Fluffy, Henry says there's pizza on the second floor in a room we haven't explored yet, so we're going back down
Let's
there.
go find that room we haven't explored yet.
All right, you and Henry are now talking about pizza. His favorite pizza is Boston pizza.
I'm sorry, the correct answer was Tombstone, because he's a corpse.
I always enjoy that there is a Canadian pizza chain that's called Boston Pizza that is vaguely Boston themed that does not exist in Massachusetts. So
It makes it really.
No.
It makes it really good.
That was just for Micah. Sorry.
Dan,
think
you got
Micah
one
does it
and you
better.
used it.
I did. I had to wait. I was seeing if I could make him spit out his drink, though. I mistimed it slightly.
all over all these computers.
Worth it.
No, he was.
All right. So, back down. You have come back down into the storage room that you came up the ladder from, and you have found yourself in the corridor. Where will you go next?
Will you go north? Will you go south? Those are the
your
main options. Yeah, the walls are in the way of the other stuff.
We've been south and there was no pizza there.
Keep
Yeah.
going north.
Yeah, north.
All right. So, you round the corridor, and you find a few things here.
Hey, Henry, how you doing?
I'm okay.
I
heard
refuse
somebody
to
mention
listen to any
pizza.
Henry speech without the hat on. I'm sorry.
I was about to say literally the same exact words, Steve, so that's really creepy.
This is real great for our people listening to the audio live stream who can't see the hat Dan is wearing.
Become an incomparable member so you can watch Dan put on
And
hats.
watch the video. Yes.
Hey, my favorite pizza is Canadian bacon. But we just call it bacon.
Is
eh?
that Boston pizza I've heard about?
It's the
Oh,
Great
yeah.
Canadian. They have the Great Canadian.
Oh, the greatest Canadian pizza. You know,
How's that poutine pizza I've heard about?
Messy.
don't even talk to me about
Are
that.
there
That's
rats
very
where
offensive.
you live?
I would recommend a deep dish approach to that.
That's not pizza. That's a casserole.
Anyway, what
Is it a
new-
sandwich though?
Anyway,
What new
do you think we're just going to
sphere
move
or
past
orb
this
are we gonna
wonderful
see?
repartee?
Oh, heck yes, we are.
All right, you round the corridor in the hallway, and you see in front of you more corridor. Very exciting. A pair of double doors.
Dumbledore.
I was
And
think too much alike. and it's starting to scare
two
me.
lines of pearl, people. That's what our friends could be replaced with.
How dare you?
but accurate. And you also find a statue, a large bronze statue of a knight, which is facing a set of reinforced wooden doors. In the center of each of those doors is a large pull ring hanging from a gargoyle's mouth, and there is a large chain tightly looped through the pull rings, secured by a large gold lock.
What?
Lock.
So this is a gargoyle statue with a pull ring in his
Okay.
mouth.
So
No,
there's a
it's
knight
confusing.
statue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah. Yep.
It's up in the north there.
Yep.
Statue of a knight.
Sure.
Okay. Opposite a pair of double doors. The
Dumbledore.
doors have door pulls on them that are shaped like gargoyles,
Two
holding
of
rings in their
LLS.
mouths.
Okay.
Pulls.
And then there's a chain through the securing those rings with a lock.
Got it.
Gotcha.
So it's like padlocked shut, basically.
Sure.
Gotcha. Doors
And it's a
with
large gold
pulls
padlock.
and locks,
So do you want to pick it?
and then
We surpassed it.
across.
Yeah.
Did you say there's locks in there somewhere? I got some bagels in my pack somewhere. Hang on.
Oh
God.
Could it
So
be?
here's the thing.
Can you hear me?
I don't have a thing.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I mean,
Do you want to
they
listen
took-
at the
they
door
took you to
before
the
we
vet
open
when
it?
you were young, so
I don't want to walk anywhere near the night. Is how I'm feeling.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Can we send Henry?
Can we poke the knight with a mage hand?
Hey guys,
Yeah,
what's
let's
this
poke the
statue?
knight. No.
That's what I say.
Send in the mage hand to poke the knight.
What,
Oh, yeah.
What if we send in the mage hand to unlock the lock?
Oh, can it do that? Does it have that
Oh,
dexterous
yeah, it does.
power?
But
Oh,
we
well,
don't
then
really have a
heck
key
yeah.
of any kind, but I could try to pick it.
Yeah,
Try to pick it.
Pick it.
Pick it.
So from the back of a crowd of people
emerges
a floating spectral hand holding a set of thieves' tools, which slowly drifts between everybody in the party
Cool.
and approaches the lock,
So slowly.
which it then tries to pick.
All right, give me a dexterity check.
Okay, dexterity, and I am proficient in thieves' tools, and I have a expertise, so I double my proficiency bonus. So I've got a plus 11. 20.
So, as soon as your mage hand and its little mage lockpicks, like what has it got?
Regular
try
Astral
to
lockpicks.
like as soon as they make contact with the lock, the statue sort of like rotates in your direction and shoots a beam of energy out at Fluffy. Fluffy, give me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm behind 4 bodies.
The statue knows where you are.
Good beam of
Saga.
energy.
A dexterity saving throw, you say?
Indeed.
Now, if I were to use inspiration, can I do that after I make my roll?
You can make your roll. We will not tell you whether or not you've succeeded or not.
Got it.
You can look at the number.
Yeah.
That is a 20 on my dexterity saving throw. I think I'll stand pat with that.
A beam of necrotic energy like shoots right between the group of 4 of you, just barely going past Scüp, past Daphne, past Freda, past Velma, and basically like into the space that Fluffy just hits the ground. There's kind of a burnt outline in the shape of Fluffy on the wall behind you. But you've avoided it.
So the beam did do something to the wall, like behind him?
Yeah, I mean, it hit it with necrotic energy.
Great. I'm very excited by this plan. I go stand over here in front of between the knight and the door.
You are resistant to necrotic, so
Yeah, and I'm very dexterous. It'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Okay. What are you doing?
just standing.
I'm going to bring out my mage hand, which is not as good at picking locks. But my goal is I want to position my head directly between the knight and the lock.
Mm-hmm.
Can I assume
I
that
want-
the initial lockpick attempt did not work?
It super did not work.
Did not
All right.
work.
All right.
What I am going to do is tap the lock with my mage hand and then duck out of the way, hoping that the knight's necrotic damage will blast through the spot where I just was and hit the lock.
Sure. Okay. So you stand there, you use your mage hand. The knight has rotated back towards you and shoots a bolt of energy. Give me a saving throw. Dexterity.
All right. That's an 11. I will use inspiration.
Okay.
That's also an 11.
Wait, I thought
All right.
inspiration was D8 or something.
He's
No,
using
Bardic
his
inspiration lets people
D20.
use
Thanks
for having
D8s.
me.
I'm using the inspiration they gave me for my stupid plan
That's
about
just advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
The bolt of energy hits you straight in the chest, Daphne. And though you are resistant to necrotic damage, so you will still take some damage. Normally it would be 14. You will take 7 since
That's
you are
not
resistant. However, you will also lose 2 hit dice
Okay.
Oh, wow.
as you are hit by this ray of energy.
Honestly, I think you got off easy in that you had like specifically put your head where it's going to get shot.
Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
I just got 2 hit dice from that book upstairs.
So it's a net.
Yeah.
Well, will our party try and gets shot with a bolt of necrotic energy again. Will they find a way through
Let's
these
do
double
it.
doors? Will they continue to explore Seyvoth Manor? And what of that strange sphere of annihilation that they didn't take? Will that be important? To answer questions such as these, please tune in to the next episode of Shocktober 2019 here on Total Party Kill.